Hi! So Notion has been pretty popular in the StudyTube community and in all communities really, and I know that Notion can be really intimidating, and I haven't been able to find any like extensive tutorials on how to use Notion and like everything you need to know about Notion. So I thought I'd make one. I know that Notion can be really intimidating at first. It is like a blank canvas and it can be like hard to start or know where to start. So hopefully this video will be able to guide you in some way. I definitely do not know everything that there is to know about Notion, but I've been pretty obsessed with it lately and I've been using it for a while now. A year, more than a year actually, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, so I've learned quite a few things, so maybe I can show you so that you can learn too. What you're not going to be able to find in this video is how to use the more advanced stuff, like how to use relations and formulas in databases and all of that. I'm not very familiar with that because I haven't had to use them, so I haven't tried to learn. But I'm gonna leave some resources in the description box so that if you do want to learn how to do those things, you can just check those out. There will be 4 sections in this video that you're going to be able to navigate through. So the first one is just the basics and some shortcuts you can use to make your life easier. The second part is the more advanced stuff, but that's still pretty easy to use because, you know, I have a pretty tiny brain and I am able to use them. So third, how to make your Notion look cute and aesthetic, because even though, okay, it really does not matter and that is not necessary to use Notion in any shape, way or form, but I mean it's pretty nice to have a cute Notion, right? So I'm going to show you how to make your Notion cute and pretty. And then finally some general tips on how to use Notion and just how to improve your use of Notion. Okay, before we start, let's define what Notion is. It's basically, as I said, a blank canvas where you can use it to organize your life, your work, your projects, your schoolwork, all of that. You can take notes there, you can plan your future, you can plan your projects, anything you need it for, it can be done in Notion. It has a bunch of different tools and databases that you can use to organize yourself that we're gonna go through in this video, so don't worry about that. But yeah, now let's start. I'm gonna take you to my computer now and I'll see you in a second. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about the different plans that Notion has. So you have the free one, the personal one, and I think this is enough like for the normal person that doesn't have like a business or anything. You can literally just do anything. The only thing that you can't do is have like a collaborative workspace, which is really important. You have a team of people to work with. You can check all of these out and see whatever works best for you, but if you're just a student like me, the personal plan is definitely enough. Yeah. Okay, so this is what an empty page looks like in Notion. You have a bunch of different options here. You have a title, and yeah, so let's just name this example and you can add an icon to this. You can pick any of the emojis that they have, whatever looks cute to you. You can pick a cover. So we're gonna talk more about covers in a little bit in the third section of this video, but they have a gallery of pictures. You can upload your own picture, or you can use Unsplash, which is a pretty big like database with like a lot of pictures and stuff that you can use, so you can just look up anything and it will pop up. So you can reposition your cover to whatever looks best to you, and there you go, you have a cute little cover. So we're just gonna ignore the options that we saw before for a little bit now. We're gonna go over all of them, but let's start with templates. So templates, it was one of the options here, or you can go to the sidebar and templates, and you have a bunch of different templates that Notion provides. These are really great, and you can like customize them to fit your needs or whatever. You can also use templates made by other people and stuff. So overall, templates are freaking great. I love using templates. But yeah, you can just look through all this and see if it's anything that you want, if it's anything that interests you, and you can just click on it and you just click on use this template and it will pop up on your page. So the most basic thing that you should know is that you type the / for commands. Here you have all the different commands that Notion has. So we're gonna go through all of them and I'll explain them a little bit to you, even though they're pretty self-explanatory, most of them. But yes, let's start. So text is just text, and then you can create a page. It takes you directly to the other page, and then when you go back, it's right here. I'm gonna get rid of that because I like how it looks like this. So you can create another page like that. You can create a to-do list. There are different headings, 1, 2, and 3. These are the different sizes. Then you have a bulleted list, a numbered list, or a toggle list, which it's basically that it does this. So you have your text here, and then if you click tab, you go inside your like toggle list, and you can create more toggle list, or you can just delete that and then click the slash for a bulleted list. I'm going a little bit ahead of myself because I'm not talking about shortcuts yet, but if you click the dash, you get a bulleted list. So you have more text here, and then you can hide this and you can open it again. This is pretty great for someone like me that doesn't like scrolling. Let's say that I have a lot of text, so this is great for that. So we also have a quote format thing. It makes your quote really big, so this is also great to make your text stand out if you're taking notes or something, or if you actually want to use it for a quote. I actually never use this for quotes for some reason. I just don't necessarily like this formatting option, and you can still like make it italic or bold or whatever. Then we have a divider. It's just a line that divides sections. You have a link to page, which just allows you to create a link to another page. So let's say that I wanted to take me to my home page, so I can just click on that and it takes me there. And here, as you can see, it says one backlink, and it means that it shows you like all the pages that are linked to this page, so I can go back to my example page. Below that, we have a callout, which is another format to make text stand out. You can use this, like if you're using Notion to take notes, you can use this to summarize information or like make something really important stand out. But yeah, you can put any icon here, whatever you want. Then we go to inline, and you have mention a person, mention a page, data reminder, which all of these use clicking the add, like typing add. So you go to add, and then you can mention a person if you're sharing your workspace with other people, which even if you do have the personal plan, you can do by clicking on share, and then you just put someone's email here, and you can decide what they can or can't do. If you want them to have full access, you're gonna have to upgrade your Notion, but yeah, I haven't really used this option ever because I haven't had to. But yeah, you can also share your Notion page to like the internet, and you can share the link with anyone. Anyway, by typing add, you can mention a page, which is basically the same thing as linking the page. And then you can also but add a date. So let's say that I have an appointment tomorrow at 9 a.m. So I can just click on that, and if I wanted to remind me about the appointment, I can click on it, then go to reminder and set a reminder. It's pretty cool. It's gonna send you a notification. I have Notion on my phone, so it sends me a notification on my phone. Anyway, under that you can add an emoji and an inline equation, which we would not be really talking about in this video because I'm not that familiar with them. But if you're taking math notes here, this is great. Then we have the databases. We'll talk about them in a little bit, but basically you have a bunch of different databases like table, board, gallery, list, and calendar. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about these options in a little bit, but let's talk about the shortcuts Notion has. So the first shortcut is for headings. So if you use the hashtag, you can click once the hashtag or 2 or 3 depending on what size you want the heading to be. I'm gonna do 1, and if you press space, then you have heading 1. So let's talk about shortcuts. So as I said, 1, 2 hashtag is heading 2, and 1, 2, 3 is for heading 3. This is a little bit smaller. Then we have dash for bullet points. If you press tab, you can, go a little bit to the side. This works just like Word. And then if you click the greater than, is this the greater than or lesser than? I'm gonna say greater than symbol. You get a toggle list. For a divider, you click the dash, or you press dash 3 times and then it gives you a divider. Then if you're typing a lot of text, Ctrl B is for bold text, Ctrl I is for italics, and Ctrl U is for underline. Then let's say that you've highlighted something or made something a color and you wanna do it again. You can select your text and then click Ctrl Shift H, and then it's gonna copy, like do the same format that you did last. And then the colon symbol, it gives emojis, so you can press the colon symbol and then let's say that you want a backpack, and it's gonna give you an emoji for your backpack. So those are pretty much the most like important shortcuts I think that you need. Okay, to finish up with the basics, let's talk about importing and embedding documents. So to import a document, you can go to the left sidebar and you can click import, or you can click the 3 dots on the right and click import. It's gonna give you a bunch of options here, and usually what I do is import a Word document. I'm just gonna quickly show you how it imports. So this is an assignment that I did for my class, and it imports like this. It even imports like the formatting and stuff. So that's great if you want to move your documents to Notion. So this is gonna import like here, so you can move it to wherever you want. I'm gonna move it to our example page. So you just type up wherever you want to move it to, and then it's an example. It's in your page. So yeah, that's for importing. And then for embedding, you can type the slash and then embed, or you can just type E and it's gonna show you that first. And you can embed anything. So you can paste a link here or upload a file. So with the free plan, you do have a limit of 5 megabytes to import, but you can embed like a PDF and then you have it right here. I've used this for my classes, for when I have like a book, let's say like a PDF of a book. So I just have it embedded in there. You can quickly delete this. You can even embed like YouTube videos. Okay, so let's say that I have a link and I can just paste it and I can embed the video. It's gonna take a little while, and then you can watch the video whenever you want, right in your Notion page. So that's it for the basics, and now let's go on to the more advanced stuff. So now we're gonna talk about databases. If we type slash, then we get the commands. We already learned that. And we can go down to databases. So we have, as I said, 5 different types of databases: table, board, gallery, list, and calendar. Each of these have 2 types, inline or full page. Inline basically just means that it's going to be a part of the page you're in, and full page means that it's going to create a new page just for that database, and you can't add anything else besides that table or calendar or board or whatever it is. So, table. It's just a basic table, just as it sounds. Different columns. It comes with name and text, but you can change this to whatever you want. If you want to change one of the existing columns, you can click on like the subtitle, like the title thingy, and then you can click on property type, and it's going to show you all the different property types. We have text, basic text, a number. You can format that number to make it all, it basically works as a spreadsheet, I guess, to make it all like dollars or a currency or whatever, or a percent. You can select. So let's say that you have different tags. Let's say that you're making a table to put all your lecture notes here. So let's say that this is for your English course, or it's for your art course. You can put like the code here, you know? So you can select like this, and you can choose the color of this by clicking on the 3 dots and selecting a color. Multi-select does basically the same thing, but it just gives you the option to multi-select. Then it could be a date, a person, files, a media, a checkbox. I like using tables to make to-do lists because I can format it so that I can only see the tasks that I have left to do. I'm gonna talk about that in a little bit, don't worry yet. You have URLs, emails, phones. These are pretty self-explanatory. We're not gonna go into the formulas and relations because as I said, I'm not very familiar with this because I haven't had to use them, so we're not gonna go over those. So you can turn on and off your properties here if you want to see them or not. And then we have different filter options. So let's say that this is going to be a to-do list. These are going to be my tasks, and this is going to be like just a simple like checkbox, I guess, if it's done or not. So let's say that I have a bunch of tasks here. So let's say that I have to water my plants, I have to drink water, I don't know, and I have to do my homework. So I have these 3 tasks. You can add more columns. So let's say that you want to add some like tags to this. So let's say that it can be like personal, school, or like self-care, your different like tags. Let's delete this. This is like personal, this is self-care, and this is school. There we go. You can add more columns if you need them. But now let's go into the filter options. So let's say that I want to filter and I want it to only show me the tasks that I haven't completed. So you just click on add a filter, and then you select the property that you want it to be filtered by. So I want it to be filtered by check, and I want it to only show me the ones that are not checked. So this is the default view. So now when I check off something, it's gonna go away. But let's say that I still want to be able to go back and see all the tasks that I've done. So you can add a view and then click a database. Let's just go to table and then let's do all tasks. And then this one is not gonna have any filters, so it's just gonna show you all your tasks. Now let's say that I wanna be able to sort my tasks. Let's say that we have priority here, priority. Let's just make it a number, and we can go 2 and 1. So let's say that I want to sort it by priority. So sort, and then priority, click the property that you want it to be sorted by, and then ascending, and there you have it. It's gonna sort your tasks by priority. Let's say that you have to add another one that's like finish math homework, and let's say that's also like a number 1 priority, and it's gonna make it go automatically there. And let's say that it's a little bit more important than do my homework. You can just move it, and don't remove sorting because that's gonna take away what you just did. But now it's first. So also another thing, this wrap cells thing, I think I like to keep this on so that when I have a lot of text here, it's gonna do that. If this wrap cells thing is off, it's gonna cut off, and I don't like when that happens, so I always make sure that that is on. This can also become a page. So let's say that you want to make a to-do list, entire to-do list. So do my homework. You can open this as a page, and let's say that you have to do math homework, and then English homework, and start biology project, something like that. And yeah, and it's gonna give you that sign. You can add an icon if you think that's not so cute, and there you go. It's gonna show you that you can just open this as a page and then check off the things that you have to do. I use tables and databases all the time. They're so freaking good. Anyway, so let's go to the other databases. So let's go to board. Board is basically, it's just a board where you can like move things around like this. This is another way of making to-do lists. These are also pages on their own. You can also add properties to these. Let's say that they are like they have a date. I don't know. Let's say that it's a due date, and it's due the 14th. But if you want to see that on the card, you have to go to the 3 dots and then properties, and then make sure to turn on the due date. So you can change these. Let's say that you have 3 different classes. Let's say that you have English, I can't spell, and you have biology. So let's say that these are like all your assignments for your different classes and stuff. I don't see why you would move them around in this case, but you can also use boards in many different ways. The filter and sorting options also apply here. It's basically the same thing. Also, there's different options here. If you go to the 3 dots and properties, you can change the size of your cards. So let's say that I want to make them large, or they can be really small and make them really skinny. And then you can pick the card preview. You can pick if you wanted to show the page content like that. Let's say that these are like to-do lists or whatever on their own, so you can see like what you have to do next or whatever. Or it can also be the page cover. In this case, none of these have covers, but I'm gonna add one so you can see what it looks like. And there you go, it's gonna show you that. Or let's say that you add a property that is files and media. So let's say that I want to upload a picture here. So now that I have uploaded that picture there, I can go to properties and then card preview and then click that property, and it's going to show me that image. This is great if you have like a theme. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So for example, this is my school page. Here's where I keep all of my courses. As you can see, I have like a theme with like colors and stuff. It's very like pink and red and orange. So I wanted to make sure that the pictures here also matched the colors. However, all of my pages have a theme on their own. So I didn't want to pick this image for the cover or put it here because it just didn't match the green and yellow. So I just put it as a property here, and I don't even see it there, and I can keep my normal theme for this. Then we have the gallery, which is just, a gallery. It works just as the other things. Let's say that this is another to-do list. I don't know, I'm running out of ideas. And it works the same with the board cards. You can go to properties and you can make them smaller or bigger. You can pick if it's a page cover, page content, or do the same thing and add a property where you can add an image to it. Galleries are great. What I just showed you from my school page, that was a gallery that has like all my classes. And then again, the filter and sorting options work the same here for this one. You can also add different views for this. So let's say that this is like a gallery for your projects or like your assignments due. I don't know. So let's say that it's like project 1 and you have like a due date kinda. So we can go to date, add a property, and you go to date, which is the name of this. And let's say that it's due on this day. So now let's say that you want to see this, you want to also be able to see this in a calendar. So you can click add a view and then you click calendar, or you can call this just calendar. And then it's going to show you here all your projects and due. So you can go back and forth between your gallery view and your calendar view. This is pretty great. If you have multiple dates for something, for example, let's say that you have a date for when you're going to start and for when when it's going to be due, you have to pick. So you have to go to calendar by and then click on whatever it is. It can be, let's say that it's the date created, or calendar by the due date. If you have tags on these projects, you have to make sure that you are making them visible so you can see it there. Okay, so there's another pretty useful option with databases, and that is creating a template within a database. What I mean by that is, let's say that you have like a table for all of your essays, and here's where you organize all of them, and you have like a template for them. So you can go to the arrow next to the new button and create a new template. Let's say that you have different essays for different classes. So this is an example and essay for your English class, or like a template for when you're trying to create an essay for your English class. You can here go like, brainstorm in this area, and then you can be like introduction, and then the body, and like your 3 evidence. So now you can open this as a page if you feel more comfortable with that. Okay, so you can just go back, and then to save this template, you just click out of this. And then when you create a new essay, you can just click on the template and it's going to give you this. So now you can just brainstorm all your ideas blah 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 blah, and you can make your essay writing process way more effective. So that's how you create templates within a database. Now I'm going to show you how to create linked databases. So if you type slash for the commands and you type link, you can create a linked database. So okay, I'm gonna create a linked database for my live admin list. So we have all of these, and I just wanted to show my priority tasks. So I'm gonna add a filter and contains when the priority is number 1. Oh, and also when the checkbox is empty. So now I have all of my tasks that are high priority, and if I click on this, it will take me to that page or that table, like the original one. Okay, now I'm gonna show you how to use something that is called the new template button. So let's say that you have a to-do list, but you have it very simple, just like this, and you can move these things around and create different columns by going like this and like this, and you can resize them and whatever. Oh, also something that I forgot to mention is that you can click on the 3 dots and make this full width. So let's say that you want it to be super wide and you need more space. This is great for that, and it's gonna stay like that. But yeah, so let's say that you have it like this. It's a very simple like to-do list. So you don't want to have to always type slash and then go to to-do list. So what you can do is click slash and then start typing template, and it's gonna show up as template button. You click on it, show you this like configuration thingy, change whatever this is. So you can leave it as add a new to do, or you can click on type the slash here to open the commands, and let's say that you can even like create a new page like this. So if we go back to example, every time you click this, it's gonna create a new page, which is pretty great. But I'm gonna leave it to do, so I can right click on this and then the configure button thingy, and we can turn this into a to-do list. So now every time you click add a new to do, it's just gonna add a new to do for you. So that is pretty effective. As I said, you can use this for anything. Okay, so that is basically it for the basics and advanced section of this video. Okay, so let's start with the basics. The icon. As I said, you can pick any emoji, or you can upload your own image. It can even be like an animated picture or whatever. And there's also websites that give you pretty cute icons. So for example, this page gives you a bunch of different icons for Notion. This one, I like this one a lot. It's very minimalistic. You can also make your own icons. But yeah, you can just click on whatever. You can copy it, and then you paste the link and you submit it, and then it's gonna be there. For covers, as I said, you can pick one of these, or you can use Unsplash, which is also pretty great. I like to upload my own cover pages. notiontwt is a great resource for that, and you can also make your own. I use this website called Canva. I'm gonna link it down below. It's free. And you can choose the dimensions, and you can just make it cute and make like a cute cover page. I usually just like to keep them pretty simple. Some people like to make them very make them like stand out a lot or whatever, but I'm gonna leave some resources in the description down below. Another great way to make your Notion aesthetic or whatever is adding images. So if you type slash, you type image, you can click on image, and then it's gonna allow you to upload an image. So I've downloaded a bunch of different images that I think are cute. I usually get them from Pinterest. I'm gonna leave my Pinterest board down below where I save all of the pictures I use for my Notion. So let's say that I want to use this one. It's pretty cute. I'm gonna change this to a sunflower so it matches. Make it extra cute. And you can resize it, and let's say that you have like a to-do list here, and you can put it on the side. And it's gonna look like this. Images are just great. You can also add animated images. Anyway, another great way of making your Notion cute is adding color to it. So let's say this, I'm gonna make it a bold. Remember, Ctrl B. Okay, first of all, let's change our font there's 3 different fonts, the default, serif, and mono. I like the monospace one. I think this one is really cute, and it makes it look really cute. I don't know. As you can see, I'm kind of going for blue and yellow here. So I'm just gonna select this and add color. And now I'm gonna go to blue. And to make it extra cute, I'm just gonna select the text, just the text, and I am gonna make it blue. And now it looks extra cute, and I think this is great. I love how that looks, especially with this font. Okay, so you've probably seen people add a Spotify playlist. Well, maybe you haven't seen, but I've seen a lot of people add in Spotify playlists to their Notions, and I wondered how to do that because I didn't know how to. And it's really simple. You can just copy the link of the playlist or the song that you want to put here. You paste it here and then create embed, and there you have it. You are gonna have your playlist here, and you can listen to it right here, or it's gonna take you to the Spotify tab or page. Anyway, so another way of making your Notion cute is adding widgets. So for example, in my homepage, I have a weather widget right here that I made, and I think it's the cutest thing. It even matches my cover page, and I love it so much, and it tells me the weather. So I'm gonna leave the links on like the websites I used to make this. So basically I used this website to create a weather widget. I'm gonna leave it in the description box down below. So I'm gonna select my location. I live in London. You can change, I put this all in low caps because I think it's a little bit cuter like this. And then you have different options to customize it. So you can change the font. I changed it to, I have no idea which one I picked. I think it was this one. Yeah, because it kind of looks like the monospace from Notion. And then you can pick the icons. I picked the animated one because I think that's really cute. And then you can pick how many days and whatever, you know. And then you can pick the theme. It gives you a bunch of different themes. What I did was pick the beige one, and then I customized the colors. So I just changed the background. I figured out what the color code for that green from my cover page was, so I just put it here. And then after you customize it, what you do is you get the code and then you copy it, and then you're gonna go to htmlsafe.com, and then you're gonna paste that code here, and you're gonna have to create an account. For this, just use like a random email or whatever, and then you're just gonna click submit to save, and it's gonna give you a link. Then you're gonna come here to Notion. There are also other widgets that you can use. I'm gonna leave the websites in the description box. They are pretty easy to use, so widgets are great to make your Notion look cute. Also, as I said, matching your colors, I think it's really important to make your Notion look cute. And also look for inspiration in Notion Twitter. A lot of people have some great Notion pages, Notion spreads, and I love looking through them, and that's why I changed my whole Notion setup last week, because I was just like, you know what, I want to make this a little bit prettier, so I changed the whole thing. Okay, so I know that I said that we were not gonna talk about formulas. However, I do know how to use formulas to make your Notion look aesthetic. So you can go to commands and then click insert equation, or what you can do is just type the $sign twice, and then we're gonna type the backslash and then color, and then you can put the name of the color here, like blue or whatever. So let's just do blue for this one, and then you type whatever word you want it to be blue, and then you type the $signs again, and it's gonna make it like that. Look, that's pretty cool, and it gives you like its own like funky font. You can also make color boxes with this. So again, the $signs and then backslash and color box, and then this funky little bracket, and let's say hello. No, just kidding, I need the color here, but I'm actually gonna get one of these. I'm gonna get this color. You can also use like the color code, and then when it's a color box, you do need to put the word into brackets, and then the $signs again, and there you have it. So I think this is great for when you want to like really color match your Notion setup, and you want it all to be like the same color and stuff. And you can even combine the two. So I can click on this and I can edit this, so I can put backslash and then color, and then let's say that I want it to be this dark color that we see in this weather widget. So I can just paste it there, and you have to click done, and there you have it. I think this is really cool. I don't use this a lot, but I learned how to do it, and I think it's really cool. So you guys can use that to make your Notion pages look even cuter. I also don't know how to use the codes, however I do know how to use them to make my Notion page look really cute. So so let's say it's like a plan for the day. So if we select this, and we click this one, or we can just press Ctrl E, and it's gonna turn into a code, and it's like this little cute like text that I love so much. And you can click on it, like select it to change the background if you want. I really like how it looks with a yellow background. I think that's so cute. I love how that looks. So that's how I use codes to make my Notion setups look cute. Okay, and now for the general tips. My first tip is look at Notion. People have awesome like Notion setups, and even they have like templates and stuff that you can use. I love looking at Notion Tutorial. I may have a little bit of a problem because I spend way too much time on here. Another general tip is to actually make sure that your spreads work, you know? Like I know I told you how to make them aesthetic, but make sure that they work. So as I said, I like to keep the scrolling to a minimum. I don't like to scroll because if I put things like all the way here, I know that I'm not gonna use them that much. And also to use templates, okay? Templates are great. Use the Notion templates or use People's templates. People's make some pretty complicated templates. And also, as I said, I'm gonna leave videos on the stuff that I did not mention in this video down in the description box, so you can go check those out. Hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully it was not too messy. I think Notion is a great app that can literally save your life. Like I now spend my whole time on Notion because I have my whole life here. If you're new to Notion, I hope you also enjoy it. I know that it can be really intimidating, but it's worth it. It's really worth it. So yeah, stay safe, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye!